at Turmeric Life talking to Dr. Doug today on turmeric and performance. Dr. Doug has discovered that turmeric is good for not just general performance, it's actually in particular good for athletic performance. And we're talking about athletic performance not just for the professional athlete but also for the casual athlete, the casual runner today. And we're going through a few different topics. Welcome Dr. Doug, and thank you for your time to talk about athletic performance and turmeric today.
That's wonderful, Barbie.
So today we're going to hear Dr. Doug English's story and how the whole turmeric journey started and when he first discovered the absolute power of turmeric. We will discuss the different types of athletic exercise. We will discuss endurance. We will discuss high intensity exercise. We will go through fat metabolism and general carbohydrate metabolism. We will touch on energy boosting properties of turmeric and stamina. Also that turmeric is very, very beneficial for recovery, for muscle repair, for delayed onset muscle soreness, and also we talk about lactic acid, which is a big thing in the athletic world. We all struggle with that. We also touch on mood enhancing properties of turmeric, that it helps us be focused, helps us be in a better mood and get off the couch a bit quicker to do our exercise. We will touch on when and how to take turmeric. This is very, very important. That supplements are actually not, supplements alone are not enough. We need to take turmeric with certain whole foods and fats to make it better absorbed by the body. Dr. Doug, thank you so much for your time today. Let us know, how did the whole turmeric journey begin for you and where did it all start?
Well, probably 10 years ago, I've always been interested in food and health and athletics and stuff like that. I was using lots of turmeric in my veterinary practice with itchy dogs, arthritic dogs, same itchy horses, arthritic horses, and I was also taking it while I was running. And there's a particular trail in the hills behind Cairns that I used to do. It's pretty tough. It's about 10 or 15 Ks, and then one day I was charging up that. I felt really good. I had the runner's high and I was really barreling along. I thought, holy hell, what am I doing to do this? I'm 65 years old. I shouldn't be like this. And I figured out it was the turmeric that was making me do that. And
wow.
So I took more and more of it, and I proved it to be pretty well right. And the other thing that I found is when I used to do the long runs was the sunburn that I used to get never happened anymore.
Oh,
which
interesting.
was really, really good. And now I know that the antioxidant effects of all the turmeric wipes out the free radicals caused by the solar radiation, and it does wipe out sunburn.
Oh, wonderful. Mm-hmm. What is the difference between long distance where you need endurance compared to like the shorter, more intense workouts, the high intensity
It's all
ones?
about your metabolism for energy. Short, intense workouts, you metabolise carbohydrates through the glycogen and glucose in your liver. When you're running longer distances for longer times, you've generally got to gear up your fat metabolism, and the fat metabolism has to kick in. So you've got to have an efficient fat metabolism, and that's what turmeric does. It stimulates your fat metabolism. If you're snacking all the time, that switches fat metabolism off. But I find that when you're on turmeric, you don't snack all the time. Your fat metabolism stabilises your blood glucose, and you feel not hungry, you feel energised, and you can go longer. Fat metabolism for long distance running is more efficient, and you'll wear your glucose in your liver out in about half an hour to an hour, and then you've got to either stop and eat some more or you switch over to fat metabolism.
So that keeps you going for longer, and it also provides you with more energy and stamina. How is turmeric related to energy and stamina? Is it the same thing? Is it also to do with the fat metabolism, or is it different?
There's different avenues of its metabolic effects. Biochemically, it's active in dozens of different chains. It's anti-inflammatory because it reduces the inflammatory markers, and there's about 30 or 40 of those. The cytokines and the prostaglandins, they're all inflammatory compounds, and they're all reduced by turmeric. Whereas if you look at something like aspirin, it only reduces a couple of the prostaglandins. The thing about turmeric is it doesn't have any bad side effects, and it's effective in many, many biochemical passages. And you've got your glucose metabolism, you've got the anti-inflammatory effects, mopping out free radicals. It actually stimulates serotonin levels in your brain, which keeps you focused, energised, happier and more motivated. It stops your effects of sunburn, which while you're running can be a bit of an issue actually if you're running during the day.
Yeah, that's right.
And overheating and that, you've got to rug yourself up. It has multiple effects, and I think we have to discover even more, because if you look at what happens, it's just so brilliant that it makes you feel like running forever.
Yeah. The next topic that I want to discuss is how turmeric can help and assist with recovery after high intensity exercise or endurance exercise. There's a few things like it's very beneficial for muscle repair. It assists in delayed onset muscle soreness, and it also helps to get rid of lactic acid a bit faster.
And that's the critical thing. The lactic acid is washed away by its vasodilatory effects, and it also efficiently is metabolised by the scavenger enzymes that are stimulated by turmeric. It stimulates your liver function, and it scavenges the lactic acid very effectively actually. And it takes out the inflammatory radicals that are causing the soreness. Eliminates them, and moving around your circulation, you don't get, what happens when you get lactic acid being secreted in a muscle, it goes into a bit of a local cramp and it blocks the circulation, switches off, so it sits there and creates irritation and pain. If you can open up that circulation and flush it out so it can be excreted by your renal function, your liver function and your breathing, then it gets out of your system. If it sits there for ages, it's painful. And I think that's associated with DOMS, delayed onset muscle soreness. You've got all this lactic acid sitting in your muscles and creating irritation and inflammation.
Okay. And it actually causes damage to the muscles, right?
Well, it can cause severe damage. Azoturia is acidosis of the muscle, and you get destruction of muscle tissue and it never comes back. And it also can, if you get really bad, the myoglobin out of your muscles can block up your kidney function, and you can actually get severely reduced kidney function and can actually die from it.
So how does turmeric assist in that, in replenishing, and when should you actually be taking turmeric?
Well, turmeric's fairly short-lived and it's not really well stored, and I think that you should take it before and during, and that's why the WhamBams are so good, because apart from turmeric and them, we might as well start to talk about them, there's a lot of other synergistic compounds, and basically everyone is packed full of polyphenol antioxidants, so they're all full of a whole heap of different antioxidants. And I've had some criticism because I've got so many compounds in, you've not got a great amount of any one, but the fact is they're chocker full of antioxidants, so you've got a whole bucket load of antioxidants there. They're all a little bit different, some are the same. You'll find most of these compounds have a lot of potassium, a lot of magnesium, a lot of calcium, so your potassium, magnesium, calcium balance in the bars is good. That's why they're so good for running. They're providing electrolytes and a whole heap of antioxidants that you don't really know how much your body needs them.
So there's actually 33 ingredients in the WhamBams.
Yeah, all high in antioxidants. You haven't got any great quantity of any one single item, but they all have different or the same antioxidants. Some have unique antioxidants. Curcumin is a unique antioxidant that's in turmeric, and there's a lot of that in the bars. We've got extra curcumin as well as the stuff that's in the turmeric, and they all combine synergistically, and you can eat as many as you want really, but you find because it stimulates your gluconeogenesis from the fats, that your blood glucose levels are high and you don't need to eat a lot. Now, a quarter of a bar will last you a couple of hours.
Why is it not enough to just take turmeric supplements? like just turmeric?
You don't absorb it and you don't metabolise it efficiently. It goes straight through you. You need the other compounds to make it to be absorbed and metabolised efficiently.
And what are the main compounds that you need for the better absorption?
It's not water soluble. Anybody that drinks turmeric tea is wasting turmeric because it's not absorbed in water. You have to have a lipid. That's a fat. Like lipids are fats, so we'll call when I say lipid I mean fats. So it's fat soluble, just like all your polyphenols. You know, your vitamins A, D, E, and K, your carotenoids, your leucopenes, the luteins. They're all fat soluble, and unless you have a fat to absorb them, you're not going to be able to utilise them.
So that's why WhamBams are actually so powerful that you have to really reduce certain other drugs in combination to not...
Yeah, I think that they can replace antidepressants, quite honestly. You need to watch when you're consuming turmeric because it has 4 major effects on your metabolism. It lowers blood pressure, so you need to watch your blood pressure tablets. It's an anticoagulant. I don't think you need to have other anticoagulants. It reduces the amount of insulin that you need, and you need to reduce your dose of insulin. Now, if you're on metformin, it can even replace metformin as far as the glucose metabolism goes, because your glucose metabolism on turmeric becomes far more efficient. And also your antidepressants, it increases serotonin levels, and there's scientific evidence that compares it to fluoxetine, and it's equal to or even better than fluoxetine, so you don't need both, otherwise you're going to have too much serotonin and get all zippy.
Food is your medicine and medicine is your food. How does turmeric relate to this?
Well, it's a food, isn't it?
It is a food.
It's both food and medicine, and it really does the job. I think everybody should have turmeric 5-6 times a day, every day of their life. So, Barb, what's the next race you're going to be doing now?
Dead Cow Gully.
Dead Cow Gully,
That
doesn't sound exciting.
It's very exciting, it's very daunting. Yeah.
Tell me more.
I'm very excited about it actually. It's a backyard ultra, they call it. It's based on the last man standing concept. So that is where you run 6.7 kilometres per hour every hour. So every hour all the participants of the race meet again on the start line and run another lap. And the race is finished when there's only one last person standing. I do not intend to be the last one standing. There's going to be almost 200 participants. I just want to run hopefully around 12 laps, which means 12 hours of running with about 15-20 minutes break in between. So that's my goal, and I'm really excited, and I will be powered by WhamBams. Yes, I'm really excited about that. I also have been interviewing endurance athletes that are participating at the Dead Cow Gully Backyard Ultra. If you want to learn more about what they have to say and how they became endurance athletes and their motivations and so forth, jump on my personal Facebook page or Instagram, or on the Tumeric Life page. There will also be some of the videos and video interviews shared.